Greetings, Dumelang, Sanbonani, once again, family. I must say, I'm already, must I say excited or starstruck or what? Nah, get starstruck. My wife just sent me a text right now on WhatsApp. She's watching and she's like, I'm starstruck. I wonder why I was starstruck. Asimo Studio. Welcome, family, to Predestined Live Radio. This is, of course, Bringing Hope with Clement, the TC speaker. And I must say today, family, we have a beautiful segment. This is going to be one of the historic interviews in our radio station. I have in the building a man that I've been anticipating to have for quite some time. We spoke, I think it was during level 5 of lockdown, and I said, man, we must meet sometime, we must sit down, have a chat, and by God's grace, today we are having a chat, and when we planned to have this chat, most of you have been hosting GLP shows where we'll be calling guests and congregate an audience of people and allow our guests to share their thoughts with our audience. But the difference today is we are not doing this on GLP stage. We are doing this on Predestined Live Radio, and I'll be introducing our guest in no time. He is a man that, hey, most of you guys, Le Monaco TV, Urla Hatsena in the studio, we're like, Bozayabe. So Bozayab is in the building. Bozayab. There's a friend of mine. She knows that back then, generations, I will be like, it's a Swabe. So finally, the hour is here, family. The hour that most of you have been waiting for. I saw you've been tuning in from the morning, expecting to have this man in the studio. And I must say, I'm glad that the man is finally here. And we're going to have a great dialogue. And I'm one person, I believe more in learning than entertainment. So the reason why we are having this show today, it is for us to learn more than being entertained. We know this man, of course, from our screens. Some of us, we watched his character, Resalogo Skolong. That's how old he is. We watched his character as a Resalogo Skolong. I think I was doing my grade 8. That's when he appeared on the screen playing Papa Action on Yizo Yizo. We'll be touching on that one today. And of course, he was featured on different dramas, soapies, movies, etc. and etc. And of course, recently we reconnected to his craft more, seeing him on Generations, playing the character of Cosmo. Diale, Tembinkosi. So yes, we have in the building Mr. Ronnie Nyakale. My brother, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Man, I don't know, must I say I'm good or I'm excited or what? I feel like dreaming.
No, say whatever, Minnie. That, makes you comfortable, and all of us will be comfortable with Minangeti Sanbonani. Predestined.
But he's Sanbonani predestined. But brother, I must say I'm happy that you are here. In the morning you had a challenge when you were coming here. On send a message. Pardon? Would send that message
Yeah, many. No, actually, I saw the tire yesterday, and now, the matter of not acting, same time. So I drove this morning, preparing myself to come this to Pretoria first.
Sure.
So I ignored the tire. Just simple.
And No,
little sharp. Little sharp. So Mozilane, then I could see that now. You know what? I will never reach the final destination here. The garage, the Shell garage.
Yeah.
I have to change the tire. So
sure.
I had to change the tire.
I'm glad that you are here.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you are here. Let's speak, man, now, before we can even engage more into the topic here today, or the dialogue that we'll be having today. I want you to take us back to your childhood when you were growing up. We know you as an actor. And of course, growing up, I'm sure you had other aspirations, things that you wanted to be apart from acting, or was acting the thing that you always wanted to do when you were still young?
I tend to believe that now the dreams of a child, after a certain period, they change.
Okay.
Maybe after 10 years, they tend to now take a certain curve. Because when I was young, there was a dream of me, wanting to be a medical doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. And along the way, when I was in Senate 9, I think, that's when acting was too much in me. And I think I started to be blind, not to know actually what to do after matric. Then when I was doing matric, I remember there was this day we had to fill up this form saying that, things that you want to do after matric. And I was so confused. I knew by then that, to be a doctor, that's not my thing. And I checked, my friends were now applying, to the universities. And by then, we had, with my generation, our guidance was so poor. I matriculated without knowing that now a drama was done in the university.
Okay.
So if then I knew that now drama was done in the university, I could have applied to do drama at the university, but now.
So the most popular thing back then,
doctor, and most of us in our class, we applied for chemical engineering, things that.
So
actually it was not my dream. It's something that came.
Okay.
That period, because we had to escape. Yeah, we had to escape that moment. The teacher, the principals, and whoever was organizing that wanted us to fill the forms, but we were not ready. I was amongst those who didn't know, who was not ready to fill up the forms. Then I went for chemical engineering, because now I could see a lot of us in the class are going for chemical engineering. Then I went for chemical engineering. But I knew, hence I'm saying that now I was so blind. I was dark. My mind, now my path was so dark. So then, when was it? I think 91, 92, and 94. I left in Mpumalanga. I was in Mpumalanga by then.
Okay.
Then I left in Mpumalanga. Fortunately enough, if you have been driven by God, if you walk with God,
I hear you.
things will come together. Things will just come together.
Sure.
So now, I managed to meet this guy called Aubrey Khapola.
Okay.
He had a drama group. So I joined Aubrey, and along the way, Aubrey said, "You know what? People who will help you are at the lab." Because I started to take over the production. I started to direct. The way I was so hungry by then. I was so flexible. The way now slowly for me. So I was pushing, and he loved my work, and the cast, all was so united. But now there was something that he mentioned, is that, Ronnie, you know what? I can see where you're going, but now you know what? You need help, and I've got good people that I know from the Market Theatre Laboratory, and I underline that. So it happened that now, by then we had a campsite somewhere in Boxburg. So that weekend I came home. Then I started to search for Market Theatre Laboratory, and that's where it started actually. When I found the Market Theatre Laboratory, same time as me going for the Market Theatre Laboratory, then I came across Kerenyao and Tulani Titi. Then, Popeye and Spinach. Yeah, those are the two gentlemen that played a major role in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, they shaped, we had the same dream. We were all focused to see where we are today. And through the path of Olamachita, the production that we did by then, it has, paved the way to where I am today.
So before we can touch on your characters, ne? There are things that you are mentioning right now. You spoke about, I think you said the name is Aubrey, ne? The guy
Aubrey Kgapola, yes.
Aubrey Kgapola.
Yes.
And then you also mentioned the two gentlemen who played Popeye and Spinach.
Yeah.
How they contributed into your craft. And then you also touched on something that has to do with you were kind of like not sure about what you want to do after grade 12. And I'm one person. I travel schools. I speak to young people. This year, when the pandemic of COVID-19 came, many had plans, of course, from the beginning of the year in terms of what they want to achieve by the end of 2020. And then when the lockdown came, it caused a number of uncertainties. Some don't even know where to from here. Many as we speak now, I've been going to schools, they are filled with fear. They have already concluded that due to lockdown, they're gonna fail. Some, when you ask them, what do you want to do next year, they don't even know what to do next year. And I believe that your story, many who are listening right now, they can relate with what you went through when you were doing your standard 10. I'm busy saying grade 12. Your standard 10.
Standard 10.
Yeah.
I'm a product of standard 10, not grade 12.
Yeah. Yeah. So many can relate with your story. So, but before, I want us to break it into two. I want you to speak right now to the standard 10s of today, which are the grade 12s, and then also speak about the importance of a campaign. But let's start first with the grade 10s. What is the grade 12s? What is your message to them in terms of how to find their purpose? Because of course, with you discovered later on what you wanted to do.
Yeah. It will go as per my observation,
okay.
That things are so different right now. So if a grade 12 right now says they don't know what to do after matric, then therefore, I tend not to believe that. Because there's so much for them. There's so much for them on their phone. They can Google whatever. The guidance at school is far much better than what we had. And again, things like the dramas on TV, they're so educational. We come across Skim Sam. Today's Skim Sam touches the storyline of matrix, whereby now they prepare themselves to go to tertiary level. So I tend not to be confused if a grade 12 says they don't know what to do.
So basically what you're saying, when they say they don't know what to do, it's simply making an excuse.
It's an excuse for me, because there's so much for them.
There's so much.
Yeah, there's so much. Hence I'm saying that the guidance is far much better than what we had before. And even our guidance was far much more better than those who came before us. But those who came before us paved the way for us, and if we'll have an excuse, what about them? Today we see them. I mean, they've made it. Some are in the parliament today. Our uncles, our fathers, our grandfathers, they made it. And we come with an excuse of saying that now. I don't know what to do. This, not today. This 2020, and even in the in the music, there are those that are educational about their lyrics.
Okay.
So there's so much. I mean,
the likes of.
I cannot touch.
Oh, okay.
I cannot touch but now there are those who are deep into educating the youth about the new lifestyle, the lifestyle that they engage themselves in as in today. So it's just that now when I say there's so much for the youth, as in things that were not there during our times, and things like drugs. During my, when I was still at school, drugs were very rare. If I would say there were drugs, that was marijuana. But today, that, too many kinds of drugs. Go as in, the ecstasy, the nyaupe, the tashis, cocaine. So that's what has surrounded the youth of today. And that's what makes them to be confused. Because once they engage themselves in that, then they're lost.
I hear you. So mentioning the issue, especially on the issue of drugs, things that the young people are exposed to, my belief is that whatever that we become exposed to, it starts with the company, the people that we keep around ourselves. And you touched on, as we were saying, the people who contributed into what you've become in the acting industry. I want you right now to take us through the importance of building a right company. What is it that a company can contribute to an individual? For example, there's a saying that says two are better than one. Yeah, well, so I want you to take us through the importance of being in good companies, because I know many young people today, their problem is the companies that they keep. Please take us through that one.
Please understand my language. When I say, our parents will say, stay away from friends. Because now they could, they have an eye of seeing the danger of, the road, the path that we are in at that moment. But now, if one can listen to their parents, as in staying home, then meaning what? That now you will be forever alone.
Okay.
So it's not wrong to have friends.
Okay, that's number one. It's not wrong to have friends.
It's not wrong at all. We all need friends.
Okay.
We all need a company of friends. But now one need to be careful in terms of, friends that you surround yourself with. It's if you are surrounded by friends that are not taking you anywhere, then therefore you will never go anywhere. If then you surround yourself with friends that are dreamers, then therefore you will be a dreamer.
Okay.
Get what I mean? So one need to identify the kind of friend that they associate themselves with, because now friends are a foundation that lead us to success.
Okay.
Get what I mean? You need through your path. If you want to be a doctor, along the way you need a friend. If you want to be a lawyer, along the way you can't reach your destination alone.
Alone is impossible.
No. It's not to say it's impossible. It is possible, but now it's very hard.
Okay.
But I mean, there are those that reach their destination without friends, because now God gave us different gifts.
Okay.
But most of us, we need friends to get to the other side.
I hear you.
But now we need to be careful in terms of friends that we associate ourselves with. I can't be like myself as an actor. Then I associate myself with the musicians. Yes, we are all artists, but now we live different lifestyle. Get I mean? There was a time.
I hear you.
No, like Mandla Speaker is a very good friend of mine. There was a time that now, Monday to Monday, I was with him. Monday to Monday. If then I knock off from work, I'm with him. And on weekends, I'm with him. Actually, he's the person that made me to go out, because now I don't go out at all. So now I had to prioritize things that now, you know what, this lifestyle is going to mess up with my job. No, I had a meeting with him and I said, "I'm cool, you know what, khona isitimela esizayo mele ngisikofe manje ke awuthi mina ngisijwayele lesitimela so uthi mase ngisijwayele bese yes akuwe." That was 6 years back. And ever since I joined the Children Legacy, I haven't sat down with Mandla Speaker. That's what? Because I had to concentrate on my job.
Wow.
Not to say it's bad, but now our careers are different, our paths are different. Yes, we are all artists, but now with acting it's different, because now with music you can go to studio being drunk. You can go you go to studio having your bottles, you see them artists getting on stage, showing up the kinds of bottles that they drink. Coming to acting, once you come to to job smelling alcohol, that's your grave. Just smelling, just having the hangover, that's it. You mess up with your career. So acting is very strict. One has to be disciplined.
Sure.
One has to know the kind of friends. You can't be hanging around friends that take you home very late while you got to wake up early in the morning to go to job. The 7 o'clock call, and by 2-3 o'clock you're still around friends, and therefore you're messing up with friends. And that's what I see. You see them coming, you see them nowhere after a year or two. You don't see them anywhere. Why? Because of their behavior within the industry. So
what you're saying, discipline and focus, it's very much important.
Exactly.
Thank you. Family, we are still with Mr. Ronnie Nyakale. I'm going to take a song right now by Double HP, and it's a beautiful song entitled Harambe. And he's like, maybe he's going to rap for us. Who knows?
No, it's it's a very good friend of mine, Double HP. He was actually a very good friend of mine, because now everywhere where we met, and he'll be so excited to meet me. He will be saying, there are things that I can mention, the way people are calling me. I don't want them to be so in the public. But now he was a poet. In our mother tongue, there's this thing that itagazelo, when they call you itagazelo. So he will do that, and
I hear you, praise you.
Yes. And I'll go and there was a point that now we were supposed to work together, a generation, and they roped him in. Unfortunately, he was busy by then, and we couldn't make that project together.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
I feel you. Let me play a song, man. This one, of course, I dedicate it to you. It's a special dedication. Harame by Double HP. Enjoy the song. How I so wish Mr. Ronnie could rap for us. Agids maybe we'll hear. Hey, make sober, making history.
Making history.
We are making history today, family. Hey.
Yes, sir. From the day get better, why give him before getting harame? Swag, I defeat you like Baka. Breaking egg by only using the kaga. Spread enough to go harame. Clench your fist and write the list off. Everybody you know who this guy and you pissed off. Cause from here we only say Harambe. This is a nigga. I shoot faster than Trinity. D. I stand taller than Liberty. Even the Hulk bulk as the is afraid of me. I'm an enemy. Go through any means to get rid of me. Whether you do voodoo, any means at all to consider me just like anybody. Don't you know who the jabber man is considered generally? Cause ready squad I be the animal. Ain't nothing I've done that hasn't left you list on my garlic. Burning like matchsticks, controversial like an exposed match fix. I stand out like clitoris on extreme black chicks. Inside the ear like ice cream with the tongue licks. Intense like I could have when the mighty hand picks. The propaganda, jabba splendor. Be the king, harder than a panda. Whitey panda on the thing that shakes the blender. Make you tender when you say. That's why I spend a lot of render on the blaze. From the day you fell why you been before killing Harambe. Swagger, you beat you like Baka. Break your neck for only using the kaka. Spread enough to go Harambe. Link your fist and write the list off. Everybody you know who this guy and you pissed off. Cause from here we only say Harambe. Siri sana nigga. I'm not the political type, not the type to fake an image for the sake of this whole consciousness hype. Never been called a kappa before. Can't imagine seeing 10 cops and dogs crashing through my front door. Can't say what tear gas smell like. Can't even imagine what the rubber bullet on your back felt like. Can't imagine holding guns in my palms. Can't imagine your whole one I carry Hector Peters sitting in your arms. But cause of you that I don't speak Afrikaans today. I have a chance today. Cause of you Joe I can dance today without having to show you my bust. Suffer good because of you but don't call no one a bust. Cause of you Joe I'm a star now. Black man who's going far now. I'm the type of brother who can drink in any bar now. Cause of you Joe I'm educated. Because of you the black youth of today's emancipated. When I flip into Setswana I was thinking I'm on point like an antenna. Informing you like news banner. Keeping heads warm like a bandana. Everybody shout Harambe. So killing no sikiti khadi khosi bossy from the day you fell why you been before killing Harambe. Swagger you beat you like Baka. Break your neck for only using the kaka. Spread enough to go Harambe. Link your fist and write the list off. Everybody you know who this guy and you pissed off. Cause from here we only say Harambe. Siri sana nigga. Bambi sanani, Bambi sanani, sali sanani. 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 Harambe. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Harambe. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Harambe. Bambi sanani, sali sanani. Bambi sanani, sali sanani.
Hi everybody, this is Rio Dabula and you're listening to Predestined Live Radio.
Family, welcome to Predestined Live Radio. This is Bringing Hope with Clement TC speaker. And of course, in the studio today, I have the greatest Mr. Ronnie Nyakale. Of course, family, we are engaging in deep conversations, and I believe our matriculants who tuned in, they've learned a lot when we're doing our first segment. And of course, right now we are jumping to our second segment, which is gonna be our last segment of the show. Of course, we wouldn't leave the studio without speaking, or we wouldn't wrap up the show without speaking about the two major characters that Mr. Ronnie once played. Let me take you back to 1999. We can never Google your name 1999 years as well. And 1999, that's when you were doing Papa Action. Tell us about the character, how it came all about.
Well, first...
sorry.
The character came from the writers. That was Tebogo and Angus Gibson. They wrote it. And now they had to get out to find a person that will, portray the character.
Sure.
So by then, I was at the market. I was doing Pola Machita. And that's where Tebogo approached me. Okay. Then we exchanged numbers. And the following week, he came with Angus, actually, at my rehearsal space in Piri. So by then, TV was not my thing.
So for you, what was your thing?
I
Theater or
never
what?
saw myself on TV. I never dreamed of becoming a TV actor. No. What I wanted when I went to the market, when I was still at the market, when I graduated the market, was films and theater.
Okay.
So now, along my path, I have learned that now, there's this thing that you want. You will say, I want this, but now there's somebody above us all who knows your path.
Okay.
Get what I mean? So by then, with me, it was films and theater. No small screen. So while I was, on that path, there came Tebogo. Actually, I will say Tebogo stole me. Stole me from theater. Because I was not auditioning. I was helping, like now, we had groups. We had the Junior Positive Art Society and the other groups. Ntokozo Ernest, who was playing Chester, had his group as well. So we invited that group to come to audition, because now that was a big audition for us. So they were all auditioning and I was helping them. And Tebogo came and said, Emuna, can I audition for this character? And I said, no, I'm just helping my kids here to, Naki sharp ka acting ka TV. Okay, sharp. So we continued, and he came for the second time, maybe in an hour. He came and said, Emuna, can you please audition for this? Then I said, no, I'm serious. I'm not meant for small screen. Okay. Then towards the end, then he came again for the third time with a script. And he said, Kopa Shebemo, have a look at this. That was the mistake that I did. That I looked at the script. Then, the dialogue was so interesting. Then I said, no. Let me go. I went inside, and that was for Chester. He said, read for Chester. Actually, I auditioned for Chester, not for Papa Action. And Chester was auditioning for Papa Action.
Vice versa.
Yes. So now, that was the birth of it. The first day, then we had a callback. So it came to a point whereby now they called, with audition, there's an open audition, and along the way, there's a selection towards, when they call you back, So finally it was me and Chester, me and Ntokozo. And I remember I was getting tired of getting to audition, And I said to Ntokozo, man, if I'm busy futhi hayi mina ngeke ngisaya man. Inini siloku siya for into one. And by then I didn't, remember I was still new. I didn't know what was happening, and with this approach of auditioning, that now there are callbacks and whatever. Then we went. Then they said now. Then I became vocal about it. That was my opinion that day. And I'm tired of coming here. And they said they looked at us, and Tebogo went like, what? Can you stop? Arabona dlala Papa Action, and just that like, there's something that we're missing, Then they gave me the script. I looked at it. I went for it. Then that's how it meshed. That's how when you play Scrabble, when you bring the pieces together.
Sure.
That's how it came together. Then I was Papa Action by then. Because, I missed, there was something that he explained that I couldn't deliver and that I had for Chester. That now, this thing of charming. I didn't have the charms that that actually they were looking for, and I was too much for that character. So now, when they actually swapped us, that's how it clicked. Then that was the birth of it. So fortunately enough, on the first day of Yizo Yizo, I was on set. Then we come to the script. It was written in English.
Okay.
And I just had a meeting with Ntogozo earlier that morning. That now, Ntosh, let's do this, Atiam. Would you try to play Mremboli? And I will approach the guy that I know from my neighborhood by then, that was Chafunya. I'll play Chafunya and play Debs and Mremboli. Then we were so committed to it. Long before we could go on set, we were already in our characters. Then now there are things that I couldn't be vocal about it, through using the language now. Then I went to Tebogo and I went like, Tebogo, pela Papa Action at the Papa Action, may I please go out? And Hena doesn't understand no, sit down. I'm still please go Harry, may I please go out?
Sure.
Then Tebogo looked at me and he turned his back. We went to Angus, they had a meeting, and they came back. When they came back, they called a meeting, all of us. And then that's when he said, that was Angus who said, you know what? Nina is going, the youth. You can improvise around like now, but now don't run away from what is written there. Translate it, but, the teachers and the principals keep it there. That was the birth of Yizo Yizo. I remember Java said the script like this. And after that, his script was there and he was there. He was so excited. He was, dancing. Wow. In that now. That was the freedom. The freedom that was given to us in that now we can do whatever. But now keep it
within the script.
In English, don't run away from the content of it. Then that's how Papa Action came to life. So, yeah.
And you nailed the character to an extent that you even got awards for it.
Hence I'm saying that now, by then, when you are hungry for something, and when you pray for it. Because now, with my relationship with Ntogozo, we can't eat without inviting God first.
Okay.
We can't now get into something that has to do with our dream without inviting God first. He might be a bad friend to other people, but to me, I know that now I can't reach my destination without him.
True.
I hear you. He might be, hence I said he might be bad to other people. You can be bad to other people, but to other,
I hear you.
Yeah. Hence there's a saying that now somebody else's bitch could be, somebody else's queen. So with my path, I even now, I still need him. Because now with him, I know that now I revive myself, you know. With his presence around me, then therefore, you know, those dreams that we used to have, you know, they become revived. Then after meeting with him, you know, I can do whatever, I can go whatever.
I hear you.
So that's a friend of his. It's like to me, it's a spiritual friend. Now it's more of, you know, because now we met long before Yizo Yizo. Now we had a two-hander that we wanted to take it out to the world. But when fame came, it came so much to an extent that now we lost each other. And our dream faded. Because fame was too big for us.
How I also wish we had enough time engage on Tabaya fame. Because it's something else. I believe that today many people but disagreee on Tabaya fame.
Yeah. With me, actually, I went to drama school at the Market Theatre Laboratory. I studied drama. My childhood from primary level, each and every standard of mine, from standard 1, standard 2, standard 3, standard 4, standard 5, form 1, form 2, form 3, standard 9, standard 10, I represented the school each and every year. My 18 started there.
Okay.
But I knew nothing about fame. You know, I remember when I was growing up, there was this, you know, drama on TV, fame.
Yeah,
you know,
I remember.
I loved it, you know, the way they were dancing in it. But now, fame was never in my, you know, in my mind. As much as I see people today, they want to get, you know, famous without, you know, doing their art craft. So when the doors of the Market Theatre opened, I studied at the Market. I did drama for 2 years, surrounded by people who never mentioned fame. You know? For the rest of 2 years that I did, I knew nothing about fame. I knew nothing about the consequences of getting on TV and become famous. With me, it was doing your craft and that's it.
So being on TV, being famous, it has consequences.
Exactly. The consequences of fame. Because once you become on TV, that means you become famous. How many people are going to watch you? And then, you know, like, let's say Generation features you now. Generation got like 8 million viewers. So that 8 million viewers. So that means you can, you know, you become famous overnight. So Yizo Yizo was my first TV break. That was my first TV production, and I hit it so much. That fame that came, I remember there was this lady from Bong by then who came to the Market and had a meeting with Vanessa before they can have a meeting with me. Actually, they were trying to prepare me. You know, say that, Ron, you're going to be famous. Then I went like, oh, okay. Okay, what is fame? Okay, I thought, you know, I could handle it, but now when it came, it was too much.
What made it too much? Because I'm listening to you and I'm curious.
Of you know, when you are famous, people are watching you wherever you go. Get I mean, the greetings, they were, to me, it was too much. That's what today I say. God gave me so much love out there to be loved. It's because now, you know what? Before meeting with Kerenyao, while I was still like, now during the era of Debzam Rembul, there was this guy, you know, called Debzam Rembul. He used to terrorize, you know, our streets by then. I was in primary by then. or my early days at secondary school. But now he was our role model. He was my role model. So I had this dream saying that now, you know what, once I completed my school, or once I become like now strong, one day I'm going to be famous than Tebzam Rembole. I'm going to do what he does 7 times. Because he was my role model. You know, I wanted to do what he did. So, you know, hence I'm saying you will have what you want to do, but you know, God, if God says you go in this path, you go in this path.
Sure.
So the dream came true. I did what Tebzam Rebole through talent, through the God-given talent. I did it. I'm famous more than him. 7 times more than before. Get what I mean? That's you know, the wonders of, you know, how God works. Get what I mean? It came later when I realized that now, you know what, leto le besifuna ukuyenza leto le ukuthi nathi sizoyenza le akaRembule bheka manje sukuphi dume ukudlula umRembule. Sure. But now ngendlela right. Yeah.
So I know the character Papa Action was more influential, especially during my youth days. Whatever that we saw on TV, we perceived it as truth, and then we also wanted to imitate that. And then recently I've been having a chat with some people about a friend of mine who's playing a certain character on TV, and it is perceived that that's how he is, even when in real life it's a different person. So to people who are listening right now, because I know especially with you actors, maybe at some stage when you came, people saw Papa Action and they wanted to run away. So to people who are listening right now, who are struggling from separating between the real person and the character on TV, what is it that you can say to them?
Okay. Going back to what you've said earlier on, that now, you know, the character was very much influential. Yizo Yizo was meant to be educational, you know, and to create, like, you know, debate, so that now parents could know what was happening, you know, within school premises. So the way it came, you know, it came as a bomb. Even the producers couldn't see that, couldn't anticipate. Even them directors, them writers didn't anticipate that it will be, you know, so much big. So it created that debate more than it was anticipated. So now, coming to the Papa Action side of it, you know, I played it in a manner that now people believed that I was that kind of a person, and it gave me problems. It gave me personal problems. That's when I stopped to go to places. Actually, Papa Action made me to stop to go to places like shebins, taverns, clubs. I stopped clubbing because once I was there will be people that will want to act like Papa Action to show me that they are better Papa Actions. Then they will mess up with everybody. So, to an extent that now I witness people dying because of the character.
Sure.
You know. So at some stage I'm a victim of Papa Action. I've got traumas of Papa Action. But through believing and you know, knowing I'll first think that now fame didn't take me by storm, didn't mislead me. If then, therefore, hence earlier on I said I knew nothing about fame, and fame was too much for me, then I had to, to pull back. And that's why one of the reasons I didn't go to Yizo Yizo 2. There are so much, reasons, but one of the reasons that I didn't, I became strong not to go to Yizo Yizo 2 was, what, things are happening in my streets wherever I go. It's their love, but now in return, it's not good for me to see one, becomes a victim because of my presence. Because now there were a lot of Papa actions. And there was one Papa action that was, beheaded in Orange Farm because of his actions. There was one that, that got a tire because of his actions. All over. And through that, I started to be invited in different schools because now, what, Yizo changed, the image of South Africa. Get into schools, a lot of Papa actions, and I'll be invited to come and motivate, talk. I remember I was called in Cape Town. There was this Papa action.
In the school?
Yes, and by me entering the school premises, I could see that that was Papa action on top of the roof. Get him. Yeah, so I played it in a manner that now people believe that now I was that kind of a person, and one of the things that made me to stop interviews was not to find myself. Actually, not to find myself in a position of protecting myself, because of always there will be this question: are you that person? Are you, And God gave me these words that not to explain myself, but if you want to know about me, if you want to know anything about me, the best people to tell you are the people that I grew up with, my community. They will tell you, because now I will say I'm not like Papa Action, only to find that now I'm pretending to be clean, so as the industry to accept me. Get what I mean? Or I will say, no, I'm like Papa Action. I used to do that. Only to find that now, you know what? I'm claiming. I want a better name. Get what I mean? So now the good people to answer that are the people that I grew up with from school long before Yizo Yizo. Those are the people that will tell me who I am. Because with me, I don't have an answer for that. I will say this only to find that I'm lying. And one thing for sure, I don't want to come with an answer trying to reach your expectation. I don't satisfy people's expectation. That's how I live. That's one of the principles that one of the principles that I chose, that now getting into this room, I will never ever try to satisfy anyone's expectation, because now there's this thing that now the community expect you to live like this as a celebrity, as a role model. They see you like this. You're supposed to live like this, and therefore you don't manage to live that lifestyle that they're expecting to live you like this, and therefore you end up being depressed. One thing, depression comes first, then suicide thereafter. Get what I mean? So I'm so grateful to have found those decisions at an earlier age, at an early stage, saying that now, Ronnie, you know what? I don't have to to be, you know, pressured by the influence of fame, of being a celeb, whatever. You know, maybe it could be I've been in theater before. So I've been around people that were not driven by fame. So I'm so grateful that now I met the Market Theatre Laboratory. That gave me the opportunity to be around the Market Theatre for 2 years. So other things, yes, I've studied in the class, but other things I've studied out of the class. You know, there was this subject called Theatre in Life, whereby Irene, you know, one of the teachers, Stefano, will invite different, you know, artists, and, you know, will, you know, engage with them. I think that subject unconsciously prepared us not to be that. You know, because even if you know the question of who's your role model. I remember one day in the class, you know, we were asked that question, and I had to take, you know, he was sitting this side. I had to take what he said, because I never had any role model.
So you had to copy someone.
Yeah. Now, because now, you know, you are expected to give an answer. And once I say I don't have a role model, and therefore I must explain why. So avoiding to explain why, I had to say what Willie said. you know. So, and I think not to have a role model put me on a scale, on a map. Not to find myself in a position whereby when I meet this actor that has been there long before me, well, like when I was still at school, I had to go, because now I believe that now if I had a role model, I wouldn't play Papa Action like the way I played him. With me, it was, you know, the form of a predator that, you know, when you see a lion being hungry, you know, looking at the victim, I was that kind of a thing. You know, I wanted to come into the industry, grab whatever that moment, then run away with it, and then that's what happened. And I had to be silent for so long. So long. You know, it was my decision. I had to take. You know, I had to have those guts. Hence, earlier on, I said fame was too much. You know, it was really too much, and people by then didn't understand. You know, people were taking what they see on TV as in, you know, the real things. It was like the TV was depicting the reality.
Who you are.
You know. And yes, it was bad. It was bad. But now, at least nowadays, people are so educated. People know that now we are acting, and that thing is light. You know, there were we as artists, we came to a platform whereby now most of the artists will be victimized in the morgues because of their characters. It was not only me, but, you know, there was Nseki from Generation by then. The way she portrayed her character, you know, it gave him a clap in the mall.
I remember that story.
I mean. So, yeah, there are those artists that will portray their characters to an extent that now it victimized them. So
I hear you. So now, before we conclude, we are going to conclude with two questions. Actually, it's not two questions, but before we conclude, there are two things I want us to touch on. I didn't know that being off screen for a period of years up to now coming back on Generations as Cosmo Diale, it was a personal decision.
Yeah.
I thought maybe for some reason, you know. So I've just learned, and I'm glad that you came here and then you just told us that it was a personal decision. And then the second question now will be coming back on screens. what made you to say, now at this stage of my life, I want to come back on the screens? And of course, you came playing Cosmo on Generations, and also tell us how has the experience been so far, and also in the community, how people have been receiving you so far.
Okay, can I go back to the first question?
The question is, okay, you were not on screens for a number of years, ne? So I want to know what made you at the stage to say, I'm going back to the screens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it was not a thing of me going back, but it was planned long before that I will be away for a certain period, and when I come back, I will continue. I will be more stronger than before. No, there are ways that I said that I cannot utter it out on our last meeting. That now, you know what, I'll be away for a period of 7 years, and after 7 years, then therefore I will take it from there. And it happened like that. 2006, I came back, you know, and I had Jerusalem. Was it Jerusalem this side? I had a place called home. But by then, hence I'm saying there are things that you will, you know, say you want them to be like this. I'm going to find that now, you know, this person above us all. So I thought that was my period to come back. Hardly, you know, not knowing that now I had to serve another 7 years. So 2006, when I was about to deliver, then things, you know, went you know, south, and therefore I had to go back. Then I thought maybe it's a period of 3 years now. But 2010, was it 2010? September, October. Let me see. No, 29. When I finally see that now it's after 3 years, and nothing is happening now. Then I said it's another 7 years. So with me it was this decision. So saying that now I'll be away without any audition. I will never do any audition. So now, whatever that I did, it was a call that I got, you know, from, you know, those who knew me, saying that, Ronnie, we got a job for you. You know, yes, I'll work. You know, I'll never say no, yes, I'll work. But since I've never went to any auditions. So the auditions that I went, yes, it will be, Ronnie, can we see you, from my agent? And knowingly that now I'm not going to get that role. Maybe it was the attitude. I don't know. But I'll go to an audition not knowingly that now I'm not going to get this role. I'm going to have to fill up a number. But there will be this audition that will go knowingly that now this is my job. So now, when I got a call from Mzansi, that was 2013. I was in Mpumalanga by then. When I got the call from Mzansi, I knew that now God is answering. I came for Naledi. While I was still shooting Naledi, something came up. What was it? It was Naledi. Then I think it was both Generation and Scandal at the same time. So I had to choose. I was not allowed to do, you know, both. You know, I had to choose. Same call as in the payment, same rate. But now I remember that now I once went to Namibia. I went to Mozambique and I saw Generation play. Then I know that now Yizo Yizo, you know, went through the streets of Zimbabwe and other places up there, you know. Then I come with the decision of saying, you know what, Ronnie? Through Generation, remind them up there that now you're still alive. You know?
Sure.
And not knowingly that now it was going to be the birth of Generation the Legacy. Yeah. So meaning that now God, you know, put me on that path made me to wait for 14 years. Been away from the industry for 14 years to come and, raise the flag of Generation the Legacy.
Sure. And you're doing the most there. Before we wrap up, I think are you going to do it now? Just do for us. Yeah, boss. Of course.
I'm very strict when coming to my art craft.
Okay.
I'm very strict when coming to me as Ronnie Nyakale.
Sure.
That now, yes, I'll be invited and I'll be expected, to voice that voice of
sure.
character. But when I'm Ronnie, I'm Ronnie.
Sure.
When I'm this character, I'm this character. So I become uncomfortable when I'm like this.
Okay.
And bring,
sure.
the Papa action, the Temikosi to me now. Because now when I'm home, I found a way to detach, to separate myself from the character. So I expect most of the time, of which now this is what I don't get. That now when people see me, they see me as Ronnie Nyakale.
Sure.
But now they don't see me that way. They see me as Cosmo, wherever I go, I'll and it has resulted to praises. There will if I walk with you, if we take a walk, you can see how I get. How the love of God is bigger, is so big out there. But it's different when I walk with a woman.
Okay, how?
And what I've learned is, a man has this. He's so proud not to kneel in front of a woman to show that now, because now where there's no woman. I can see this, this boy.
We just become.
They will kneel down and say, whatever.
Sure.
But now, when we are with my, there's no such things.
Sure.
No, I think it's a point of a man respecting himself, saying that now I'll never show a woman that now I can kneel, in front of a man.
Sure. I hear you.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna wrap up now. I listened to one interview, and I think we're gonna wrap up with this because it touched my heart. Ne? You said you once read an article about the late Mahlatini. I think the late Mahlatini. He was a musician, well known. Even today, his music is still big. And on that article, what they wrote is that when he passed away, the only expensive thing that he owned, it was a pair of shoes.
Yeah, that was written on the newspaper, and that was before Yizo Yizo 2, and I was already famous by then, and I wanted to go to university, and I didn't have any money by then. I didn't have money to go to the
So you were famous, but you didn't have money.
So reading that article,
Ish.
I'm famous today. Yizo Yizo is so big. Yes, they paid us. You know what? It's part of politics. But now, you know what? It's not enough according to what we expected. It's not enough for me because now it's not even a quarter of tertiary fees. Get what I mean? I want to go to the university. I'm working so that now I can be able to go to the university, to put money aside. But now I'm not able to do that. And I'm getting famous. I'm climbing the ladder of fame. But how am I going to go to the university? So I had to, you know what, I had to take the guts to say, stay away from fame, focus on other things. You know, so it is now that, you know, after 14 years, that through Generation Legacy, I'm still going to pursue that dream of getting to the university.
Wow.
You know, get what I mean? So yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Mr. Ronnie, before we can even wrap up, this is our last part of the show. Yesterday it was your birthday.
Yes.
Ngati somkulela. I think we're gonna sing for him. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Family, guess what? He chose to come and celebrate his birthday with us, and we have something there at the back, man, just to, you know, acknowledge you. You can bring the cake from Predestined Live Radio.
Are you serious?
We are serious. We are serious. This is our happy birthday
Thank
cake
you so
to you,
much.
man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, what about the cake? Are we not celebrating it now, or
we can? If you want to take it home, you can take it home. If you want to cut it now live on air, you can cut it.
Let's do both.
Let's do both.
Yeah.
Tipai guy. Let me play a song because family, we are about to do both. I'm gonna play a song right now by Double HP. The title of the song is Swaga, and as will be playing this song, Mr. Ronnie Nyakale will be cutting a cake. You know, enjoy the song.
Every man tells man with another liquid.
Yo, he is so
Okay, kid. Oh, Mayora.
Family, on that note, our guest in the studio, your favorite actor, is saying if you want to call now and wish him a happy birthday, you can do so right now. Just call on 01200402025. You get an opportunity to speak with Mr. Ronnie live on Predestined Live Radio. You can call us right now on 0120040. And please make sure, before you can even call, don't be starstruck on a call because we don't have enough time. So you can call us on 01200402025.
At the party, try to bring your own. I got the whole crowd shaking. Which one of y'all will I be taking to the level of the Twaka, 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 twaka. When we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the
should I sing by myself?
Twaka, 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 twaka. When we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the Jabba Man, Double HP veteran, all of them, even the hip hop veterans. Slowly now that I'm starting to shake the ends. And a day, double back more tears than it in. No more tanga, no more hunger, no more funding number, no more tanga. Gay tusa, I guess I keep all Rusa. 7 years later, I be jabba somebody booster. With Math Town bumping, stadiums jumping. Yes, it's in the back saying something. Oh no. Yo, the whole set's pumping, speakers and the monitors thumping. Everybody who's be stumping, who's one nothing. Come on, you're about to push a stomach. Yo, the whole crowd shaking. Which one of y'all would I be taking to the level of the Twaka, 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 twaka. When we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the Twaka, 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 twaka. When we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the just like too nice. It has something to do with Vincent Masego. I get you why, but hey, I got this trumpet thing. I hope you guys forgive me for this, but I just love it too much, yo. Check what now? Wow. when I rhyming, I began it when I was this small.
Hey, then I got this tall. Hona Jole Segili, this tall. Family, please call us right now on 012-004-2025 and wish our guest a happy birthday. He's still in the studio, of course. He will have a chat with you, you know.
When we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the when we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the when we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the when we come around your town, we get down to the sound of the which one of y'all wanna be taken to the level of the
Mr. PC speaker, apparently your cousin. You give me.
Man,
I'm good. I just wanted to say happy belated birthday to Mr. Cosmo Kapati, a big boss I am, Cosmo Cosmetic.
he didn't hear you. Please repeat and say happy birthday to him because he was busy on a call.
I just wanted to say happy belated birthday to Mr. Cosmo, big boss I am.
Thank you so much, my man.
He's calling Bawe right now. Are you good, sir?
Yes, I'm good. Just been a while since I've been there.
Yeah. No, man, we thank you for your call. He received your birthday wishes.
No problem. Thank you a lot.
All right, cheers. Have a beautiful day, my king.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Messi, for calling us and wishing our guest a happy birthday. We are ready to receive at least one last call or two last calls. You can call right now on 012-004-2025. 012-004-2025.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I'm now gonna read your comments on Facebook. I see. Hey, Nkosazana Andile Manzini. Andile, she's saying, happy belated birthday, Ronnie. And there's a love right there. And I also see a comment from Holo Matsela. Holo says, happy birthday to you, Khrodmane. I see also a comment from my lovely wife, Success. She's also saying happy birthday to you, Mr. Ronnie.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Hey, welcome to Predestined Live Radio. How are you?
Happy, like you think I'm good.
Yes, yes. Robulale mang.
Ukhuluma no Andile.
Okay, Nkosazana. Are you good, Nkosazana?
I'm good. Muriti Narani, how are you?
I'm good, and you, Andile?
I'm good. Mr. Ronnie, I'm trying to make you happy, and I'm a heart ngaphakathi. Happy birthday.
Ngibonge kakhulu kabi mina ngibongile siswami.
Hayi ungashiya ikhekhe singeza sizolithatha nathi.
Hayi lizokhathwa ngasikudala nje. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, Adila, for your lovely call. That is Nkosazana Andila Kamanzini wishing Mr. Ronnie a happy birthday.
So much chapule. Happy birthday. 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 Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Caller, hello.
Hi, Ruby.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm awesome. Robulale ma. Oh, Ntabi, are you good, Ntabi, this Saturday?
Yes, I'm good.
Awesome. Ogaratoring to Mr. Ronnie.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, and you, ma?
I'm good. I'd like to say happy and happiest birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, may God bless you.
Thank you so much.
My family and I love you so much.
Wow. Uyathandwa lo muntu.
Thank you.
Cheers. Have a beautiful one.
Thank you, you too.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Family, thank you for your calls. We really appreciate each and every call that we've received so far. We are still with Mr. Ronnie in the building, and as a studio, as a team, we are ready to sing him a happy birthday song. And I must say to all those who called and those who've sent messages on Facebook, we really appreciate your interaction. So Mr. Ronnie is saying the following to us, Are, before leaving the studio, to show that he appreciates your birthday messages. He just wants to answer some few questions that we were receiving right now on Facebook. So there's a question coming from Messi. The question says, how are you handling fame currently? That's the question. How are you handling fame currently?
I think it has to do with getting matured. And getting used to be in the environment. Because ever since the days of Generation the Legacy, I separate myself from friends.
Okay.
My life has been from work to home, home to work. No friend of mine knows where I lay my head. No friend of mine knows my home. I separate, friends with my family. There was this time that I lived with friends, whereby my family was not allowed to come close to where I was. I remember my two sisters, they were here in Pretoria by then, and I was in Joburg, and they came to visit me. So we had lunch in Carlton Center. They had other things to do, after doing whatever, then they came to see me. We had lunch in Carlton Center. I could show them the building, but I couldn't take them inside the building, because now I created this world of mine with friends. And by then it was after Yizo Yizo, after I left, Yizo Yizo. And it was so hard. But I knew that now, you know what, ngihamba noNkulunkulu, ngishap la ngikhona ngishap. Angifuni, I don't want my family to come close. I'm with friends that are helping me to dig and to be strong. So now it is another, a turn whereby I give my family their time.
Okay.
So it is family time, no friends.
That's how you're handling fame.
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right. So
I'm not sure if I managed to to reach his expectation, but now this is how I treat myself. That now, you know what, I'm not into things. I don't do gigs at all. Ever since I've been through the doors of generation, this is the first interview today.
Yo.
This, whatever interview that you might have read, know that now I was not interviewed. They wrote things about me without interviewing me. I've read things from a magazine that terribly disturbed me, but you know what? I had to say, okay, I know they're hungry to see me. You know what? They want a piece of me, but I'm not yet ready. You know, I'm still serving. With me, it's my first 7 years with Generation. I'm still serving. You know, saying that now, you know what? I'm back. I'm back. You know, there will be this time whereby I will start, you know, to be vocal about my presence in the industry.
Sure.
And now I'm working on it. This is hence I'm saying that now I'm using this platform as in the first steps.
Okay.
For, you know, a way of getting into what they've been, you know, looking at for all these years. I know that now I've been expected to be seen in the magazine, in the newspapers, you know, in the radio stations, you know, they've been calling, but I've been saying no. And, you know, my boss at work, I think it was right before the lockdown, and he said, Ronnie, this is about time. I could feel it, that now this is about time. Then there came lockdown, and we come to this point now. Where I'm saying, okay, Sharp, Ronnie, use this platform as, you know, a way of opening the doors to get to the public now.
Sure.
So, hence, earlier on, I said, you know what, when coming to acting, it requires a certain level of discipline.
Sure.
You know, and fame becomes too much to other people that it misleads them. It takes them to not to be themselves anymore, to fake their life, to live lies. It leads them to drugs, alcohol. And with me, I tend to say my fame is not all about, you know, when I turn the corner, then therefore there's a pickup. I don't do pickups at all. That's not my fame. I wish you go to Moshika and corner, I'm going to the skate. So yes, a perception of our community, it's when you are famous, you know, and it's the benefits, the benefits of fame. Yeah, you have been loved by your community. If you want to drink alcohol every day, you can drink alcohol every day.
And for free.
For free. If you want drugs every day, you get drugs every day for free. If you want girls every day, you can, you know, but now, what are you going to be after 6 months? We have seen them. They came, they've been on the spotlight. Where are they today? Because of what? Of being misled by their fame, by the love of the community. Because the love of the community can be so much to such an extent that now it misleads you. I remember I was in a situation whereby I was taking a taxi and this boy went like, Azishe Babo Amnaz. Then I went like, if I want this thing every day, I can get it every day. I'm a smiles. I mean, you can see. I mean, I'm a chance. You walk a mall, hello in any. And now it's even worse. But so there's a selfie. You know, and if this was card, you exchange numbers. I don't do that because I'm in a platform where I know the dangers of fame, and whereby I say artists, them celebrities need to be educated about the dangers of fame. There's no drama school that prepares you about fame. Now, so you get into the industry, you work, and when that fame comes, it's up to you how to treat it.
Okay.
So if then therefore you are not careful about it, if then therefore you don't respect your art craft, that's what that's what we'll see. You come into the spotlight and after you're not there. So I don't know if then therefore I read the expert, but now I believe that I answered him.
Yeah, and I think you also answered his follow-up question that says, what advice can you give to upcoming actors? So I think what you are saying right now covered that. I'm not sure. I think so.
I'll say this to upcoming actors. It's I'll put it this way that it's that one should never believe that now if you see me on TV, just because of I'm on TV, just because of I've been there before you, then you think that now I can make your dream to come true. Don't put your hope on the hands of other people that have been there before you. Those people have been employed. They are like you, chasing their dreams. So it's very, very, and it's extremely dangerous to them actresses. Because now, if they don't use their mind, then therefore they open their legs. They think that now, just because I'm on generation, then therefore, you know what, of her to find, herself on generation. Mina mengimbheka yena uza with a dream. She has a dream, but mina ngibona amathanga. This is what is happening on daily basis. So now my advice to them young coming actors would don't put hope on a person that you see on TV and think that now they can shape your what you call your acting career. Or
open doors.
Believe in your steps, that you take. Believe in your path that you take. Don't think that now they may, whoever will better than him. Now, I said it earlier on. I never had a role model. My aim was when I get there, I'm going to take it, and that's what happened. I got there with my first role. It even got me an award. That's how the industry reacted by giving that was in that now Ronnie, yeah, you did it. Then it was an endorsement to me. Yes. Then I had to go back. Then hence I'm coming like now slowly, as in there was a point whereby I used to say I wish I started like anyone else, because with me I started like. It was big. Hence, I'm saying it was big for me. It was above my shoulders, and I had to put it back, and that gave Bongikos an opportunity. And I think this fame, at some stage, I used to think this that now I think. Hence, I'm saying it was too much. It needed both of us, because now he took it to another direction that people are benefiting. He took it to another level whereby. If we divide it like this fame, it has benefited a lot.
Sure.
Get what I mean? So at some stage having the level of being grateful to have those guts of going back to give him that opportunity to take it to another level, where else now I'm still having a room to come back. Of which now I'm here. So yes.
Yeah. So now, because I know you made example with how people will come to an actor having a dream, and then when an actor looks at the person who comes to them, they see the opposite.
No, it's what is happening in the industry.
Sure. So
I've seen it happening. Hence I'm saying my days at the market, Market Theatre Precinct, gave me that eye. I could see them coming with dreams, and I could see them leaving with shattered dreams.
Sure.
Why? Because of they thought that now, because I'm a field worker, because we are field workers, then therefore, we can, better shape their, their dreams. Only to find that now field workers are so hungry. This is a young, beautiful, girl from all the way from Mpumalanga. She comes to Joburg with dreams. She knows nothing. When she sees the likes of those on TV, they see that, remember before, hence we spoke that now TV before, it is not as in TV today. People are so educated today. Kids are so much prepared after their matric. I believe this is what I see, that now they know what to expect out there, unlike us before. So to us, like when you see somebody from TV by then, it was American.
Else.
Yeah, it was big.
So okay. My next follow-up question to the answer is that I know immediately after the show, some people will be sending me messages, some will be calling and say, please connect us with Mr. Ronnie, because we think that he's a doorway to the industry. So for people who have dreams and they want to enter into the industry, which channel can you say it is the channel that you must use to enter into the industry?
There's no channel at all that to follow. It's one to follow the dreams, open the gate and go out. That's the channel of opening your gate and go out. There's no way that you can use Google to be an actor. There's no way that you can use your qualifications to be an actor. No, you need to open your gate and go out. Seek. Because now, I've learned that now we are so different. There are those actors that have been driven by their passion. Get what I mean? There's something within them that is burning, that is taking them out. The likes of Bobo Brenda Fassi, all the way from rural areas, getting into a trip because of that burning spirit within. And where is she today? I mean, no street in South Africa that's no Brenda Fassi. So today what we see is taking the shortcuts, saying that now, I get into a mall, and then this guy thinks that now it's a shortcut of coming to speak to me, and I don't do that. I don't give advices to people I meet at the mall. I don't do shortcuts. It's all about going out, open your gate, and follow it.
Sure.
There are studios, there are drama schools, there are groups in the township, community theater groups, that's where we're coming from. That's for follow your passion, follow your dreams. So if how can you achieve what you want without following your dreams, only searching for channels? You can get a channel, and I'm saying that you see them coming, and after 2 weeks they are not there because of what? They've been following up the channels without their dreams.
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful. So the last question, somebody commented and said, what are your next projects after the TV show? I'm not sure which TV show, but that's the question. What are your next projects after the TV show?
Okay, who's that?
Kholo Matsela.
Kholo Matsela. Kholo Matsela, please, is it a she or he?
I'm not sure. The profile picture, there's a green grass, I don't know.
Okay, Kholo, will you please understand my language when I say that now? I'm not vocal about my dreams. I don't speak about where I go. I speak about where I come from. So my next projects are my secrets.
Wow.
I don't want to be vocal about things I cannot deliver tomorrow. I'm not sure if then therefore I reach your expectation, but now with me is how I handle myself is I don't want to be vocal about things that are still in the pot. Because tomorrow comes, then therefore I don't deliver, then therefore it's something else.
Sure, that's true.
People are expecting this, and of which now, because of having good words, then therefore I say that. So with me is I came to a platform of choosing not to be vocal about where I go. It's what I prefer to be my baby. That still has 10 days. That's the baby that's not supposed to be seen by anyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
The 10 days. I like the way you put it, 10 days. Sure. Family, we are officially signing out right now. And before we can even sign out, we're going to sing a happy birthday song to Mr. Ronnie. And after singing the happy birthday song, we'll officially cut the cake. Yo katagie nagere. Studio crew, where are you here? Are you here? My guy, please come. So tell Mr. Ronnie happy birthday, the happy birthday song. We can all sing. If you want to come this side, you can come, and we all sing. Yes. Beat a mal together. Malti, I'm not rogaba le party without the way. We cannot have a party without Malti B. Okay. Let's see. Who starts the song?
Okay, I'll be Mr. Conductor. Right here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roddy. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roddy. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hip hip. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's like a therapy coming here.
Man.
Just to take other things away and get this new energy.
Wow.
So other things are not about happiness. Is not about money. To be happy, it's not about having fancy things. Get what I mean? And living a glamorous life. But if one is happy inside, then therefore, yeah.
Yeah, please don't cry now. He's not crying, family. Okay, we're gonna sanitize now because we will be enjoying the cake. She was sanitizer. So after cutting the cake, we will be wrapping up. Yeah, I think I'll take my mic up.
Happy birthday. We don't make wishes on it.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah. Hey.
Ukula mani namhlanje ukuli phoza yamaphoza.
Yeah, then you say fast.
Kunakele Tubuthelo yakhe ngaphezulu Kunakele Ubumhlaba kungehlule Impilo le ayikho lula Sungama Kesi kunakele Tubuthelo yakhe ngaphezulu Kunakele.
Hi everybody, this is Rio Dabula and you're listening to Predestined Live Radio.